So I'll be using AI for penetration testing, and I have series of experiments I'm going to run to demonstrate it to you. So this will be the workflow. I'm going to do an introduction. Afterwards, I'll go straight into doing an overview of penetration testing. I will also do an overview of AI, and then we'll look at AI for pen tests. We'll look at some AI tools for pen tests. We'll look at the benefits of using AI for penetration testing. We'll look at the tools of trade, and then the architecture of the lab. We'll look at the setup of the lab. Then we'll take you to the download center, and then we'll look at the pen test procedures. Then we'll go straight into the answer. So this is an introductory video. Yes, so I'm not going to do experiment at this phase, so you'll see how we go through. So as a word of introduction, this training has been divided into 5 different parts. We have part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, and 5. Because of length of time, I have broken the video into 4 parts, 4 collections. So this first one is the first the very first video. So when you're done watching this, please go straight to watch the second part of the video. In the second part of the video, I have covered part 1 of the experiment, part 1 and 2 rather. So in part 1, I have demonstrated how to prepare the environment for the experiment. And then in part 2, I've demonstrated how to create your virtual machine, the pen tester's virtual machine. And then in part 3, which we'll see in that's part 3 of the video, I've covered part 3 of the training, part 3 and 4. So in part 3, I've covered how to build the AI lab for pen testing. The AI lab on the pen tester's VM. And then in part 4, I have shown how to set up the target machine, either you're using dark PC or you're using Metasploitable tool. And then the last part of the video covers, which is part 4, covers the 5th part of the training, which is where I have demonstrated how to perform the pen test using AI from the pen tester's machine. So make sure you watch all the videos so they can have full understanding of what I've covered in this training from part 1 up to part 5. So an overview of penetration testing. Penetration testing is also what we call pen testing or pen test or ethical hacking. It's actually a way of simulating some attacks against a computer system, against a network or web application to see the weaknesses, the vulnerabilities that are available within the system or the network or the web application. Now, the goal of the pen testing is to identify weaknesses, the vulnerabilities, and provide recommendations for remediation before malicious attackers can exploit them. So, if you have a web application like a web portal, you have your software before it goes live, you have a system, you want to test how strong it is, or you have a network set up, or you have some devices you want to make them public facing. Before you make them available for public consumption, you need the services of a pen tester, an ethical hacker, who is going to explore the weaknesses and then provide you with some guides on how where you need to fix them, where you need to take care of those weaknesses, those vulnerabilities that can be exploited. And if exploited, of course, the danger might be much more severe on your system or your environment. So that's what we do in penetration testing. And then for AI has become a buzzword today. It refers to the development of computer systems so that they can actually perform tasks that require human intelligence, like text translation, language translation, like reading text from images, like performing heavy computational analysis, and so many things. So AI is that process, is that intelligence that is brought into the computer system. Now, before now, the essence of programming was to teach computer what to do. So we programmed systems so they could do what we wanted them to do for us. But when AI came into the picture, that changed. The entire scenario changed. AI allows you to not to expressly tell the computer what to do, but the computer gets to learn. So you train the computer, and it learns from data and is able to make decisions, is able to guide, is able to help improve what you're doing, is able to emulate the human intelligence of thinking, of reasoning, of logical analysis, and then the system is able to do some of the things that require high intelligence. That's where AI comes in. So, in-based training, I'm leveraging the large language model. There are several models depending on what you do. So, the large language model (LLM) is what drives what we call generative AI. So, and generative AI falls within the domain of what we call NLP, that's natural language processing. So, the AI I'm going to use for this training um, uh, makes use of a large language model. So that's the simplest way I can go. This course is not really to teach you AI. There are 4 courses you can actually look up and then see how AI works and stuff like that. Now, looking at AI for penetration testing. Now, when we use AI for pen testing, there are some significant benefits, or there are things that drive us to do that. Basically, AI augments pen testing by several reasons. Number one is what I've listed here: automating reconnaissance. So, when you have AI-powered tools like Nmap, you can quickly get information about your target systems, your networks, your applications, and stuff like that with ease. All right, and then 2, AI also allows you to identify weaknesses and vulnerabilities with ease. So machine learning algorithms can analyze data to predict potential vulnerabilities and prioritize testing. So it becomes cool and easier and faster for you to identify those weaknesses and then make your reports available as soon as possible. And the third one is optimizing exploitation. AI can help pen testers optimize exploitation techniques, reducing the time and effort required to gain access. So a tool like Metasploit, the Metasploit framework, is an AI tool written in Python that helps you to carry out exploits on the target system. It reduces your time and effort you need to gain access, maintain access, clear tracks, and stuff like that. So that's cool. And then the last one, but not the least, is improving reporting. AI-powered tools can assist in generating detailed, actionable reports, highlighting key findings and recommendations. So you don't only use AI to do the job of identifying weaknesses or gathering information about the target systems or networks, or optimizing the process of exploitation. It's also a cool tool that we use to generate reports so that you can make your reports available to your client as quickly as possible to save time. Now, these are some tools that I use for pen testing. A number of them I've mentioned some of them as I explained earlier. Now, one is Nmap. Nmap is an AI tool that allows you to do a mapping of your network, of the target network. Nmap is short for network mapper. So then we have the boss suite. Oh, that's a cool tool for web applications, websites, scanning, testing for vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Then we have core impact. Then we have Metasploit that helps you to plug into that system, that target system, to see what's up, and then the things you want to do, and then you come out. Okay, so these tools are AI tools that help pen testers to do their job. You need to know that pen testers do the job of ethical hackers, and what they do, like I said earlier, is to see how weak the system is and then report so that those weaknesses can be fixed. Okay, so that's it. And there are benefits of using AI for pen testing. One is increased efficiency. AI automates routine tasks, making time available for you to do more complex stuff, high value testing and stuff like that. So it simplifies the entire process. The improved accuracy. Oh, this is one of the reasons I love using AI for pen testing so much. You are sure that the accuracy level will be improved, will be enhanced. So because it's going to reduce the likelihood of human error, ensuring more reliable results. So you can trust the results more when you use AI to do some of the stuff that we do. And then enhanced scalability. AI enables testers to handle larger, more complex testing engagements. So when you have, take for instance, Facebook calls, hires you to perform a pen test on its servers. You know the number of servers that Facebook has across different countries, locations, and then you have to do pen testing. AI becomes a go-to that will help you to handle large amounts of either data centers. You have to explore, you have to see applications, and you have to report as soon as possible. So AI helps you to do that. So these are the tools of trade for this training. So we're going to make use of a Kali Linux. Kali Linux is a Pentesters machine. We're going to make use of OpenAI. OpenAI is we're going to use OpenAI API key to do the job. That is where the AI is coming from. Then for vulnerable machines, we're going to use either Metasploitable or we use DarkPC. And then of course the system should have access to the internet. So your VM, your virtual machine, will have to be configured to have access to the internet. And then of course all of this will happen on the VirtualBox. That's our core tool, the Roku VirtualBox. It's always available for you free of charge to use. Okay. Now all of these things are free for you to use except OpenAI. OpenAI you have to subscribe, you have to pay, and then I think $10, $20, $5, $10, $20 can subscribe, and then you can get your API key to use. Now, looking at the architecture of this experiment we want to do, now take note of this. The mask outside, the network here is the access to the internet, that is standard network. So you have a router. We have to have access to the internet, brings in internet, could be from anywhere, and then your attacker, that's the pen tester rather, is going to have access to that router, will connect to that router, and then there will be target machines. For this design, there's a target 1, which is Metasploitable, and then target 2, which is the DarkPC, and then Ubuntu server is that's supposed to be target 5. Okay, so take note of this assumption. We assume that the pen tester is already in a corporate network, so it's an internal pen tester. Of course, it's a pen tester, so he would have been given the license to gain access into the network legally. So you can stay within the network to do the job. Okay, like I said, this is an internal pen testing. If it's external, it means the pen tester will have to be outside the network. So you may not need to go buy a router. If you have access to a mobile network, maybe on you have a SIM card. SIM card is able to, you have subscription and you're able to access the internet. So the phone becomes the router at that point. So you can extend that connection to your Windows system. Your Windows system will have VirtualBox. So VirtualBox do the job of distributing the connection to the virtual machine. So that's the architecture. I've been looking at the lab setup. Yes. So for my experiments here, the host PC is Windows 10, 64 bits. That's the host PC, and then I have installed Oracle VirtualBox. So the host PC is going to have a VirtualBox installed on it, and then on the VirtualBox we're going to have a virtual machine. So I have virtual machine 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can have as many as possible virtual machines. So that's the lab setup. So for download center, these are the resources you need to actually pull down to your device. You need to get them down. So we have Oracle VirtualBox. I'm going to show you a few of this when we get into the hands-on session. So Oracle VirtualBox, the link is here. We'll have a Oracle VirtualBox extension pack, which we're going to install on top of Oracle VirtualBox, and then Metasploitable, the exploitable framework. So, but okay, this is Metasploitable machine, so you can get this machine and then put it up on your essential on your VirtualBox, and then the dark PC. Oh, there are cool PCs, cool machines there that are help you to do pen testing. So you're wanting where to have access to PCs, to computers for you to do your pen testing. That TryHackMe makes PCs available for you to try them out. So for this experiment, I'm using Highcast. So the link to Highcast, the Google Drive is here. So you can just click here and then pull it. And then Kali Linux is our friend every time. So that's the Pentesters machine. And then open the API key. So go to this link and then sign up and then pay for the API key, and then generate your API key and keep it safe. We're going to use it. So for the pen test procedures, yes, we're going to perform reconnaissance. We'll move from reconnaissance to performing a vulnerability scan. Then we'll move from the scan to gaining access to the target system. From gaining access, we have to maintain access. And then for us to do much more things, we need to escalate privilege. We need to move up. Okay, we need to have lateral movements, and then we need to launch some exploits, do some cool stuff, and then we need to achieve our objectives. So what do you want to do? You want to shut down the host PC? You want to move some files? You want to delete files? What are the things? What is our objective? So, and then you have to cut up tracks so that it will not be easy for one to track or to trace what actions are done. Now, you need to know that this tutorial or this training is for pen testers. So, of course, it is for educational purposes. It's not meant for one to try any of the things we're going to learn on any system you don't have. I don't have the rights over. It is illegal to try pen testing on a system that you don't own. So it is always safe to do them on labs. So you set up your test beds, your labs like what we're doing now, and then we carry out the experiments. That way you are safe. You'll be legally protected. So if you have any questions, just drop on the channel. Yes, and I will respond to the question. So let's move on to the second part of the video. Thank you.